All right, here we go. I think we are live. Hopefully, we're live. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the weekly wrap ups live stream. We got a late one going on here, late tonight at what looks like 10 o'clock Eastern. But with CES 2022 going live over on the West Coast, we had some huge news being released regarding the PlayStation VR2, formally released or formally announced, I should say, along with full specs and details with it as well. I actually haven't even gone over the details. I saw the news drop and I was like, dude, I got to go live. I got to let my viewers know what's going on with this because I got to tell you what, I'm really, really anticipating this, looking forward to it. There's a lot of information going on with it. So I'm not going to waste any time. We're just going to dig right into this news article that was dropped from Sony here. Let me go ahead and fade that in. And so here it is from the PlayStation blog. Now, this was published here probably about an hour and a half or so ago. PlayStation VR2 and PlayStation VR Sense controller, the next generation of PlayStation VR gaming on PS5. And so here it is. And then they also have Horizon Call of the Mountain from Gorilla and Firesprite being revealed for PlayStation VR2 as well. So there's a lot going on with this, a lot to dissect. So I'm just going to read through this and react to this live just like you guys are. So here we go. Happy New Year, of course. It is with my great pleasure to start off 2022 with news on our next generation virtual reality system for the PS5 console, starting with the official name, PlayStation VR2, and our new VR controller, the PlayStation VR2 Sense controller. So there they are. They're keeping up with that Sense name. Of course, you have the DualSense controller with the PlayStation 5. You have the PlayStation VR2 Sense controller here with PlayStation VR2. Continues on saying PlayStation VR2 takes VR gaming to a whole new level, enabling a greater sense of presence and allowing players to escape into game worlds like never before. With the headset on and controllers in hand, players will feel a heightened range of sensations unlike any other, thanks to the creativity of the game worlds being built by our own world-class developers and the latest technology incorporated into the hardware. So yeah, there's a lot of tech that's going on into this. I believe they get into the tech with this as well. So stand by for that juiciness that's heading up here. Building upon our innovations from the PlayStation 5, PlayStation VR2 adds a true next-gen experience with high-fidelity visuals, new sensory features, and enhancing tracking, along with a simplified single-cord setup. Thank you, PlayStation. I owned a PlayStation VR and there were like 5 cords to connect it from the PlayStation VR to the PlayStation 4. So this is great that they, finally figured this out and go ahead and use just one cord. This is great. This is something that I know a lot of people were frustrated about when it came to the PlayStation VR. You had this actual you had this other adapter that connected to the PlayStation 4 that helped you be able to see it helped with the head tracking and everything with the headset itself. And it was just too many things to connect at one time. It became a little bit of a hassle connecting the thing. That actually kind of turned me away from it, to tell you the truth. But all in all, this is great to have just one single cable to use with this. This is perfect. So visual fidelity. For a high-fidelity visual experience, PlayStation VR2 offers 4K HDR, wow, 110-degree field of view with, foveative rendering, wow. With an OLED display, players can expect a display resolution of 2000 by 2040 per eye and smooth frame rates of 90 to 120 hertz. Okay, so you read that, you might think that, OLED display, that's not really that big of a deal. And let me tell you something. An OLED display is absolutely tremendous, especially to have this on a VR headset. Are you kidding me? This is incredible. I have a VR display down in my living room that I play my PlayStation on, and it is by far the best looking picture I've ever seen, motion picture I've ever seen on a television screen, bar none. I mean, it's absolutely incredible. Crisp, clear picture. And guys, we're going to have this kind of clear picture on a PlayStation VR headset with both eyes, with both lenses. This is going to be incredible. So do not discount the fact that this OLED display, this headset that's going to be used on the PlayStation VR, it's going to be phenomenal when it comes down to it. OLED is the future, and they definitely know what they're going with there. So that's fantastic. Let's see what else here. Headset-based controller tracking. With inside-out tracking, PSVR2 tracks you and your controller through integrated cameras embedded in the VR headset itself. Your movements and the direction you look are reflected in-game without the need for an external camera. Wow. So as you know, the PlayStation 5, it already has the camera. So, you can connect it up and you can live stream, play your games, just like I would be able to live stream with you guys here now. How I have my camera hooked up. With this headset, you don't need a camera. It's going to be able to have the controller tracking through the controllers and through the headset itself. You don't need an external camera to play this. And that is another factor that the PlayStation VR, it's the first PlayStation VR, its predecessor, you had to have that camera. Here, you're not going to need that, and you can just dive right in and play. This is perfect. New sensory features. PlayStation VR2 Sense technology combines eye tracking, headset feedback, 3D audio, and the innovative PSVR2 Sense controller to create an incredibly deep feeling of immersion. Wow, that's a lot of information in that one sentence. So let's break it down. Okay, so PSVR2 Sense technology combines the eye tracking. Okay, so not only are we using head tracking, you guys, we're using eye tracking. So whenever you're looking around within the game, whenever you have the PlayStation VR headset on, you looking left, looking right, the game's going to be looking left and right. This is true next gen feature right here. This is nuts. Headset feedback. I already just talked about that, is when you're moving left and right, of course. 3D audio. That's the Tempest 3D audio, of course, which the PlayStation 5 has, which is standard, where you'll be able to feel and hear everything from all around you whenever it comes to the audio within the game itself. And the innovative PSVR2 Sense controller to create an incredibly deep feeling of immersion. Now, when it talks about that, guys, I gotta say it's probably talking about the haptic feedback and the adaptive triggers that are going to be utilized within this controller itself, this Sense controller. It's going to be phenomenal. The fact that they're going to be adding the DualSense adaptive feedback and haptic triggers into this, VR controller itself, this is going to add even more immersion whenever you're playing PlayStation VR. So this kind of technology being added, they're really, really trying to immerse you into the game here with these features. And I think, oh man, the eye tracking just blows my mind, you guys. I don't think there's anything like that out there right now. I mean, eye tracking, I know there's head tracking for sure, but like eye tracking, like looking around and everything while you're playing, and it's going to be moving, the camera's going to be moving, tracking your eye movements. Dude, that's next level right there. That's sick. Headset feedback is a new sensory feature that amplifies the sensations of in-game actions from the player. It's created by a single built-in motor with vibrations that add an intelligent tactile element, bringing players closer to the gameplay experience itself. Wow. Unbelievable. For example, gamers can feel a character's elevated pulse during tense moments. Wow. The rush of objects passing close to the character's head. Okay. Or the thrust of a vehicle as the character speeds forward. And this is what I'm talking about. When you add that 3D audio and then all of these other elements within this, that in itself is what's going to bring the immersion to the next level. This is going to be nuts. Additionally, PlayStation 5's, what I'm saying, the Tempest 3D audio tech makes sounds in the player's surroundings come alive, adding to this new level of immersion. Exactly what I'm saying. Okay, some more details on this eye tracking, because man, this eye tracking's got me like, this is nuts. With eye tracking, PlayStation VR2 detects the motion of your eyes. So a simple look in a specific direction can create an additional input for the game character. This allows players to interact more intuitively in a new and lifelike ways, allowing for a heightened emotional response and enhanced expression that provide a new level of realism in game. Dude, are you kidding me right now? Like, this is nuts. So this is what I'm saying. Whenever you're like, say you're, okay, so say we're playing Horizon and you see that you have to reach a certain level that's off in the distance, maybe off into the upper right hand corner somewhere. You have to jump and reach up there. You could just kind of glance up there with your eyes, and dude, I mean, the camera's gonna adjust that accordingly based on where your eyes are looking. This is unbelievable. This is next gen. This is next level. All of these advancements in PlayStation VR, combined with the haptic feedback and adaptive triggers from the PSVR2 Sense controllers, enable players to feel and interact with games in a much more visual way. PlayStation VR2 will also have a simple setup process with a single cable, thank you, combined directly to the PlayStation 5. You can immediately jump into the VR experience. Oh, man. Dude, I mean, it is already hard enough to get a PlayStation VR. I wonder how hard it's going to be it's already hard enough to get a PlayStation 5. I wonder how hard it's going to be to get a PlayStation VR2, right? Because everyone that has a PlayStation VR, if they're interested in this kind of tech, they're definitely going to want to go ahead and have, PlayStation VR2 as well. Today, we are also pleased to reveal that one of the biggest exclusives franchises on PlayStation will be coming to PlayStation VR 2. That is Horizon Call of the Mountain from Guerrilla Games and Firesprite. Wow. This original game is being built specifically for PlayStation VR 2 and will open the doors for players to go deeper into the world of Horizon. Wow. That's going to be amazing due to the fact that, of course, I mean, you guys have seen Horizon Forbidden West. That game is one of the best looking video games I think I've ever seen. What Guerrilla Games is doing right now, PlayStation Studios exclusive game, it's one of the best looking games I've ever seen, you guys. It actually blows me away. Absolutely blows me away. I've never seen anything like it for sure. And that alone, I'm just like all in. Danny, what's going on, man? Thanks for joining the stream, bro. Just sitting here talking about this PlayStation VR2. Was it just announced at the CES 2022? Dude, this thing's going to be absolutely insane, bro. Like, it's got eye tracking. Like, you know how the PlayStation VR had the head tracking when you're looking up and down and everything. Well, this thing's got the eye tracking. So if you look up, the camera's just going to pan up. You know what I mean? Just tracking your eye movements. That's next gen. That's next level, man. PlayStation they just get it, man. Oh, so freaking great. Yeah, I saw on Instagram. I'm glad I never got the first one then. Bro, I hear you. So I had the first one for a little while and, I played it and everything. But the problem was the fact that I had such a hard time hooking it up. Well, not really a hard time hooking it up. It was more of a hassle than anything. It was just every time I tried to hook it up, you have all these cables you're trying to jostle around with and everything. It's like a spider web of cables you're trying to get hooked up properly. I think I needed oh God, I think that thing needed 3 HDMI cables. It's just going everywhere, man, And so the fact that it only has one cable now, just one cable from the headset straight to the PlayStation 5, I mean, that alone is next level for me because of the fact that I had a PSVR, the predecessor, the original, the OG, and, having to worry about all those cables and the hookups and everything with that. It was just a pain in the butt, so it's really, really refreshing and great to see that there's only going to be one cable required to hook this thing up. So for sure. Okay. The big problem was the resolution. Yeah. And that's what they're saying here with the PlayStation VR2 here is the fact that it's going to be utilizing, an OLED display here as well. Where were they talking about that here? Yeah, right here. So it's going to be using an OLED display and you can see a resolution of 2000 by 2040 per eye and frame rates of 90 to 120 hertz. So that's definitely a bigger upgrade for sure. And I do agree the resolution wasn't that great, especially with it being being adopted on the PlayStation 4, with that kind of a resolution, whenever you had that headset on, it was just like, you know, just like, why, man? You know what I mean? This is weak. So, at the end of the day, it's great to see that kind of an upgrade coming to, coming to the PlayStation VR2. This is perfect. That's ass. Yeah, yeah, it was, man. It was weak, bro. So it's really good to see that they've upgraded the resolution for that, and the fact that they were going to be utilizing an OLED is just phenomenal. I was talking earlier. I have an OLED TV in my main living room where my PlayStation 5 is hooked up, and I have never ever seen such a crisp display. Like, I previously had it hooked up on I think it was an LED. It was still a 4K display. It was an LED. Really great picture. But whenever you hook it up to that OLED, man, it's those true blacks and the high resolution. Whenever it comes to the graphics, it's just phenomenal. And then the fact that it also is going to be utilizing HDR as well, the high dynamic range. If you watch some of my other YouTube videos on, like, if you watch it on like a new MacBook, if you watch it on your iPad, if you watch it on watch any of my videos on like a TV that has HDR, you'll see that I utilize HDR on my videos because I want to have a higher grade of color and bring out more color brilliance in my videos. And they're doing the same exact thing for PlayStation VR. So we're going to see super high fidelity graphics with every single thing that we experience on this system. So it's really going to be great. It's a huge upgrade for sure. Absolutely. So, okay. So yeah, here's the specs right here. We're just talking about the specs. So that's a perfect transition. So display method, I'm talking about the OLED. There it is. Panel resolution, 2000 by 2040 per eye, which is phenomenal. The refresh rate, we're looking at 90 hertz and also 120 hertz. I would assume that it depends on, the developer as far as which frame rate or which refresh rate, I should say, is being supported. Hopefully most of them use 120 because that's going to provide a really, really great experience. So hopefully we do see that. Lens separation adjustable. I'm not too sure what that means. Lens separation. If you guys know about lens separation whenever it comes to VR displays, let me know it in the live chat there. I'm not quite sure what that is. Field of view is 110 degrees approximately, which is pretty good. That's really, really good. I'm obviously not your full 180, but still pretty damn close. Only 70 degrees off, right? I mean, at the end of the day, that's still really good. The sensors, we got the motion sensor, the 6-axis motion sensing system, 3-axis gyroscope, 3-axis accelerometer. Wow. Attachment sensor, IR proximity sensor. Okay. Wow. Okay. So cameras. There's 4 cameras. Okay. So this is why it doesn't need an external camera, because the damn headset has cameras inside of it. Oh my God. How much is this thing going to cost? Okay. So there's 4 cameras for headset and controller tracking, IR camera for eye tracking per eye. So, oh my God. Okay. So there's cameras built into this freaking headset. So that tells me in itself that this thing is going to be, it ain't gonna be cheap, you guys. We're already talking about OLED. That tech is not cheap. It's that's pretty expensive. You're talking about the cameras. There's 4 cameras for the headset and controller tracking. So you got cameras integrated in that as well. The resolution on this is pretty high. Oh man, how much is this thing gonna run to set us back? I'm thinking it's probably gonna be, oh man, I don't know. It's probably going to be at least 250, I bet. I bet you it's going to be at least 249, So I guess get set and get ready for that. Feedback vibration on the headset. Wow. Wow. So there's going to be some kind of feedback on the headset, not only on the controllers, you guys, but on the headset as well. This is, wow. Okay. And then we're using USB type C cable, which is pretty much standard. I'm guessing that cable's probably going to be integrated into the headset itself, connected to it, and then on the other end, you're just going to have the USB-C connection. Either that or you're just going to have a USB-C cable that'll be like bloop, bloop into the PlayStation 5 and you're good. So either way, one singular cable, so you win there. Audio input Let's see, built-in microphone, output, stereo headphone jack. Okay, so you hook up your headset. Probably if you have the PlayStation headset, you can just hook those up as well. Those are wireless. I'd suggest buying those if you don't have them already. And you got your Tempest 3D audio right there. Wow. And then of course you got the controllers, talking about the different buttons here. Um, let's see, sensing tracking, motion sensing. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so 6-axis motion sensing system. Yeah, we talked about that already, I think. Sensor finger touch detection. Wow. This is nuts, man. This controller is going to be top notch, but what I'm really blown away about and what I was really waiting for was the headset, the news on the headset. So for me, I think that was huge. We finally got that information and got it so early on in the year too. I mean, this is only the 4th day of 2022 and we already got full information on the PlayStation VR headset, and that's what we've been waiting for. So I think that's great. Looks like we're using Bluetooth and we got a rechargeable battery. I mean, wow, freaking wow. This thing is going to be nuts, you guys. I can't wait. I cannot wait to check this thing out. I mean, yeah, I got to get it, right? I mean, for sure. I'll definitely give you guys like a full overview, my full thoughts and reviews on it whenever I pick it up, whenever it's released. Doesn't look like we have a release date on it quite yet, but wow, this is going to be absolutely amazing. So I'm just trying to see if there was anything else on this. I'm on the PlayStation blog site. As you can see, I'm just trying to see if there was anything else that they might have brought up as far as the VR goes. Okay, so this is talking about the Horizon game here. Okay. Oh, they even have the trailer. Dude, I would totally show that trailer, but the problem is my audio doesn't seem to be being, for some reason, before I was setting up my live stream, and that was one of the things that's why I was kind of late for this live stream here. I was trying to get the audio to work for my, whenever I'm on a browser and bringing that over so you guys can hear the audio and everything. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to play the audio for that video, but I mean, I can play it, but you guys aren't going to be able to probably hear it. I mean, I can give it a try though. I guess it's always worth a try, right? All right, so let me see if I can. Oh, we're going to run that at 4K. Okay, sure. What the hell? Why not? Okay. Yeah, okay, the volume's pumped up there. I doubt you guys are going to be able to hear this because like I said, I was having issues on trying to get the audio to be pumped over from my browser to OBS. So, still kind of troubleshooting that. So I doubt you guys will be able to hear that, but you can at least see the visuals, I guess. And that's what it comes down to at the end of the day anyway, right? Because this is VR. It's all about what you see. So anyway, I'll run it for you guys here anyway. So here it is. Wow. So he's just saying like it's only the beginning of Aloy's journey whenever it comes to Horizon Forbidden West. So it sounds like it's going to be it's going to be kind of like an expansion, if you will, whenever you have this VR experience. I don't know if we're going to actually see anything or if he's just going to talk about it. He's talking about the immersion and that sort of thing. Okay, looks like we are going to see maybe a little bit. No, maybe not. That's just the logo. Okay. So, all right, cool. So it's really not missing too much there, I guess. Or maybe not. Okay. Wow, that looks awesome. Now, of course, this isn't going to look as good as, say, like, you know, Horizon Forbidden West, because Horizon Forbidden West looks incredible. This isn't going to look as good as that with the resolution. But at the end of the day, it's still going to be pretty damn good. So that was just a little teaser, and that's pretty much all they had with that. Unfortunately, guy, like I mentioned, I'm not able to do the audio with that. I had a little bit of trouble issues before I went live there. But man, that looks good. It looks like I mean, just something else to add to this, to add more, just to have more fun with this VR. And at least there's going to be something whenever it comes to PlayStation VR. At least there's going to be some kind of like mainstream PlayStation Studio game to look forward to whenever this thing comes out. Because more than likely, I would assume that this would be released whenever the PlayStation VR2 is released as well. So, yeah, they haven't announced like when it's going to be launching. They haven't announced like, how much it's going to cost or anything like that. I would suspect that this thing is going to drop sometime this year. Let's see. If I was a betting man, I would probably say maybe Q3 2022. So, maybe sometime in, I don't know, man, maybe like sometime in October, we could expect something like this to be dropping for PlayStation, PlayStation VR2. That seems like a feasible time for something like this to come out. So I think we're not going to have to wait too long. I don't think it's going to be like the end of the year. I'm thinking like, sometime like late September, maybe early October, we could expect to see something like this. So, and then I saw on the PlayStation Universe's website, the PlayStation VR2 is going to be set to enter production soon. Of course, this was published earlier on today, and then of course we had this news officially released from PlayStation themselves. So this probably is a legit article right here from what we can tell. So Sony is still keeping its card close to its chest regarding PlayStation VR. Not anymore, of course, but according to a source close to the Chinese supply chain manufacturing company, Gore-Tech has secured the contract to produce the new virtual reality headsets. Yes, so that's exactly why we got all those details on that today. So that's fantastic. That's perfect. So the company has a history with PlayStation, having worked with Sony on the original PSVR. And yeah, looks like they're going to be working on the components for this one as well. And they've been also helped them out with the PlayStation 5 too. So the partnership continues there with them. So that's really, really good to see. I can't wait for this, guys. I know that, it still might be, sometime before we get a chance to play PlayStation VR. It still might be some time before we get our hands on it, but this is something that a lot of gamers are going to really want to, tackle and get their hands on. PlayStation VR is something that, a lot of people really haven't grasped VR. And, the Oculus is out there. It's really, really good. It's mainstream, of course, but I still feel that a lot of people haven't grasped it, as much as, Facebook, Meta, if you will, has wanted them to. And so I think that, obviously, I think that this is wide open for PlayStation. PlayStation obviously has a huge following whenever it comes to their games, whenever it comes to their studios, their systems, their consoles. So with this PlayStation VR, if they can have the type of software, the type of games that the players want to play, full length games, not just experiences. Experiences are cool, don't get me wrong, but I think a lot of fans want to see a full length game. And, if you can get the word out about how immersive these games are, I know the development has to be extremely difficult when it comes to these games. And that's probably why we don't see many full length games whenever it comes to VR. However, if the studios are able to, get a handle on some of the development whenever it comes to full length games for PlayStation VR, the sky's the limit for this thing, man. I mean, you've got full, OLED displays, eye tracking, head tracking, the controllers with the haptic feedbacks, adaptive triggers, Tempest 3D audio going on whenever you're have the headset on and playing, full immersion to the nine, man. This thing is going to take you into a completely different world. And I, for one, absolutely cannot wait to check this out. I think it's going to be great. I think PlayStation has what it takes to make some great games for a great 3D great 3D, great VR system. So for sure, keep your eyes out on this. I will keep you guys posted as far as PlayStation VR goes. I will keep you posted on any new developments that come out of CES, or if there's any other additional information that comes out, in the days that follow that. In the meantime, in between time, of course, you can check out my other videos on the channel. And if you like what you see, be sure to subscribe to the channel. I have a lot of videos out there. I have a few videos discussing VR as well. So if you're tuning into this, you're probably interested in VR. So there are some VR videos that I do have on this channel. You can just go ahead and search for them there. Other than that, there's a ton of PlayStation content. So if you're a PlayStation fan, this is the place you want to be. So if you check out some of my other videos that I have posted to the channel as well, and you like what you see, please subscribe. I'd sincerely appreciate it. Until then, I will see you guys in the next one. I'm A to the P. Albert Perkins. We'll see you guys in the next video. And until then, and as always, peace. Later, guys. Have a great night.